Why would you say now is the right moment to launch XR?
Yeah, so for pretty much the history of computing, we've been using the rectangular box of a screen display. Whether it's monitors, laptops, tablets, or phones, XR has the power to extend beyond those boundaries.
I think now is the perfect time to work on XR because you have a convergence of all these technologies, and Gemini is key to powering Android XR.
It's the first Android platform built entirely for the Gemini era, for both headsets and glasses. With advances in AI and an amazing ecosystem of device and developer partners, we believe the time for XR is now. We've been building Android XR hand in hand with Samsung, working on both software and hardware together.
But now, we are at a crossroad where the newest cutting-edge XR technology meets multimodal AI, which understands what you see and what you say. So you can just talk to a device as if you are talking to someone in the physical world. This is the next generation UI of XR. Imagine being immersed in a world that understands you and responds to your every interaction, whether through your hands, eyes, or voice. The time is now. Technology is here. With the Android XR, it is all coming together.
Let's not pretend the timing here is random. Google could have launched XR a year ago, or waited 2 more, but they chose now. Why? Because they finally have the one thing their early attempts lacked: a competent AI engine. That's what Gemini is. And that's why this is a platform revealed in disguise. When they talk about moving past the rectangular box of a screen, it sounds poetic, but underneath that line is an admission. Screen-based interfaces are maxed out. We've hit a saturation point. The next frontier is making them disappear. And the only way to do that is to shift the entire user experience away from screens and into space. It's a quiet attempt to redefine what Android means when it's no longer inside your phone.
We're getting started today with headsets. They're a great entry point for Android XR, and if you build for headsets, you'll be laying the foundation for other form factors that follow later. That will include glasses for Android XR. These will be designed for all-day wear. They're a natural form factor for AI, providing real-time helpful information when you need it. If you build for Android, you're already building for Android XR. Entertainment comes to life with YouTube and Google TV in totally immersive environments. Photo and video captured in 2D can be converted into a 3D memory for you to experience again and again with Google Photos. With Chrome on XR, you have an infinite, unbounded workspace.
And with Google's groundbreaking multimodal AI that understands context, we completely transform the meaning of natural interaction. The first device we designed for Android XR platform is the headset. We see headset as a great starting point because they have a unique capabilities that unlock a whole new way to interact with the technology. I'm very excited to present the first device designed for Android XR. Codename Project Moohan. Moohan means infinity in Korean because XR will deliver unparalleled immersive experiences in a truly infinite space.
We're thrilled to show you live what it's like to experience Android XR and some of the capabilities of the platform. Hey Gemini, can you show me VR 180 videos of this place?
Sure, I can help with that.
We're incredibly excited for Gemini on Android XR that will power a new type of conversational multimodal experience.
Designed by Filippo Brunelleschi, it's one of the largest brick domes ever constructed and a masterpiece of Renaissance architecture.
Okay, this is amazing. I definitely have to visit here, but I want to find some restaurants nearby.
I'm sure we could find a place in New York. Maybe we could take the team here tonight if you're feeling seafood.
Hey Gemini, can you take me to this restaurant?
Sure, I can take you to the Clam in New York.
The underlying technology allows us to process inputs from all different kinds of signals, much like you process the real world.
The magical thing about XR is that it's moving computing to a place that's truly as natural as you can imagine it.
Android XR is our new platform for headsets and glasses. It offers some of the best tools for developers to use, and it reduces a lot of the friction.
What's quietly revolutionary here is the way Google frames XR as an environment, not a feature. By saying it can process signals like you process the real world, they're implying a system that listens, watches, and reacts constantly. That's omnipresence. The problem? No one's really asking for that. Google's betting that if they can make the interface seamless enough, if it just feels like magic, then we'll skip right over the privacy questions. But that assumption is risky. Passive interfaces don't just require trust, they demand it. And unless Gemini can prove that it's more than just another data-hungry observer, people may reject this vision before it even leaves beta. Still, if they pull it off, Android XR becomes the new default layer for everyday computing. Not because people asked for it, but because it just sort of showed up and worked.
Today, we're excited to launch the developer preview of the Android XR SDK. You'll have endless opportunities to create and develop for this computing platform, using familiar tools and open standards created for XR. For Android developers, we're extending the tools and frameworks like Android Studio and our Jetpack libraries to XR. And for Unity developers, we'll support Unity's editor and popular XR packages. You'll be able to share your apps the same way you always have as we open the Play Store to XR. Now, you're probably wondering, how does this all work with existing apps and games? They'll be available on Android XR out of the box, and your existing compatible apps can work without any additional effort. Our APIs, tools, and guidance for building for XR are available today.
As a developer, I'm thrilled to introduce YouTube on Android XR. We've redesigned our app from the ground up with immersive video formats, spatial audio, and a vast content library. XR opens up new ways to watch. YouTube leverages Android XR's unique capabilities to deliver an unparalleled immersive viewing experience. Users can enjoy both 2D and spatial content with support for pass-through and immersive environments. We're breaking content outside the rectangle and into the world around you.
We believe Android XR with Unity will drive a new era of XR adoption and experiences. Starting today, you'll have access to the public experimental version of Android XR to start building your apps and games in the Unity engine. We're taking our mixed reality tools and capabilities to the next level with Unity 6.
We've been in this space since Google Glass, and we have not stopped. Things like AR Core, the Geospatial API, Lens, Live View, Translate, and now Gemini.
We can take those experiences, which already work great, and find new ways to be helpful for people.
When we talk about headsets and glasses, we think about headsets as episodic products that you put on for a specific reason.
When you're watching the game, Gemini could break down everything about Freddy's Grand Slam.
Here's where things get especially strategic. Google reminds us they've been in this space since Google Glass, but they don't dwell on it. Why? Because Glass was a failure, but it was also a foundation. The tech didn't work, but the concept did. Fast forward a decade and every piece of that ecosystem, AR Core, Live View, Lens, is back, this time propped up by something Glass never had. AI that actually understands context. Then there's Gemini. It's not just plugging into XR, it is XR. When they say it can tell you about a baseball grand slam while you're watching it, it's predictive computing. The system is learning what to say before you ask. Whether that's helpful or unsettling depends on how deeply you trust Google to filter your reality.
6 years ago, we launched AR Core. Since then, you've amazed us with what you built on the world's largest AR platform, now on over 1 billion Android devices. You've reimagined how your users connect, watch, learn, play, and work. 2 years ago, we launched the AR Core Geospatial API, opening up new possibilities for large-scale, location-anchored AR experiences. We've seen thousands of developers using this to create helpful and engaging journeys for their users, and we're taking the next step to build a unified platform for the future of XR. Today, we're excited to launch the developer preview of the Android XR SDK. You'll have endless opportunities to create and develop for this computing platform, using familiar tools and open standards created for XR. As a developer, I'm really excited about this.
I'm constantly in search of new technologies and new ways to entertain, inspire, and to tell stories, to create groundbreaking experiences for people. That's why I'm thrilled to announce our most exciting project to date, Asteroid. It's an immersive, interactive film app that's launching on Android XR.
As very early advocates for XR and the transition from 2D screens to spatial computing, we understand the unique challenges in building for these devices. We are thrilled that Spaces developers will now be able to seamlessly transition their apps to Android XR while continuing to support existing Snapdragon Spaces devices. We look forward to working with Google to extend Android XR platform to more OEM partners, leaders like Lynx, Sony, and XReal, all powered by Snapdragon, to achieve scale and reach its full potential.
Visceral incarnation of any 3D space or spatial environment you could think of.
I can't wait to spatialize old videos. It'll feel like you're right in your memories again.
And then we think about glasses as all-day products that you use to get value throughout your day.
Our technology really enables us to shrink down the displays that go into the glasses.
We'll see more of these highly portable devices that will more and more look like the ones I'm wearing right now.
This quietly draws a line in the sand between headsets and glasses, and it's more philosophical than it sounds. Headsets are opt-in. You wear them with intent. But glasses? Glasses are ambient, persistent. They don't interrupt your day, they live inside it. And that's the angle Google's really going for here. XR glasses aren't for escaping reality, they're for layering it. They're betting people will wear something that doesn't just show you information, but interprets the world for you. That's the future of perception. Even the throwaway line about spatializing old videos reveals a huge ambition: memory manipulation. If Gemini can reconstruct your past in immersive environments, what does that mean for how we experience history or trauma or nostalgia? They're psychological experiments.
With glasses, you'll feel like you're a local, no matter where you are.
There's no way we could build this platform other than collaborating very closely. We've been working with Samsung for a number of years, and so we look for opportunities where we could really marry each other's strengths in creating something new.
This might seem minor, but it reveals everything about Google's design philosophy. When they talk about shrinking the displays and wanting devices that look like the ones I'm wearing now, they're framing invisibility as innovation. Think about it. Apple made a spectacle of Vision Pro. Google is trying to do the opposite. They want their XR system to vanish into your face. Not because it's modest, but because it's strategic. The less people notice the tech, the more naturally it embeds into routine. And once it's there, it's very hard to remove. Even their claim that glasses will help you feel like a local anywhere hints at a kind of algorithmic empathy. Your AI doesn't just speak the language. It interprets tone, reads signs, decodes culture. At least that's the dream. The problem is, dreams like that often come with surveillance.
From software and UX to hardware, cross-functional partners across both companies have worked seamlessly around the clock as one team to build a powerful XR platform.
We've learned that we can build the best platforms with an ecosystem of developers, designers, and device makers.
A lot of deep collaboration happens for us to bring the best solution to the ecosystem, to the platform, and to the users.
Alone, you can go fast, but together you can go far.
And the only way we'll get there is if we build this together.
And now we get to the alliance, the part Google always keeps quiet until they need scale. Samsung is the bridge to the mass market. If you want XR to work on a global level, you can't build it alone. And Google knows this. That's why they're showing their hand here. The language is careful, cross-functional, ecosystem, collaboration, but make no mistake, this is a supply chain moment. The XR platform they're describing is an infrastructure project, one that spans design, chipsets, sensors, and AI models that have to run seamlessly across devices made by different companies. But here's the real kicker. For all the talk of community and collaboration, what Google's building is closed. Gemini doesn't belong to the world. It belongs to Google. So even as they open source parts of Android XR, the brain behind it will always be theirs. So let's cut through the marketing. This wasn't an announcement about glasses. It was a reveal of Google's attempt to redefine the rules of engagement for computing itself. By combining spatial interfaces with Gemini, Google is trying to control the platform that mediates your entire day. From translation to memory, from navigation to behavior. What makes it unexpected is how quietly they dropped it. No flashy stage, no bombastic demos. Just a low-key rollout of something that, if it works, could turn your next pair of glasses into the most powerful and invisible computer you own. Whether that future is exciting or dystopian depends on how you feel about an AI system that watches, listens, and helps. All the time. Thanks for watching. If this breakdown helped you see the bigger picture, give it a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. We've got more deep dives coming soon.